Hi, my name is Mark, welcome to Games Web, and in this video I'm going to take a look at the One Ring starter set from Free League Publishing. A box so big I can't get it in shot. Let's check it out. Okay, welcome back. As I said in the intro, this is my quick look through the One Ring starter set from Free League Publishing. This was very kindly sent to me by Bole from Free League, and once again, Bole, thank you very much for all your help and support of Gamers Web. It's much appreciated. This is basically your cut down version of the core rulebook of the One Ring role-playing game, and as such isn't as in depth as the 200 odd page rulebook. It's very much in the same vein as the Alien starter set is with the Alien role-playing game. Okay, so what do we get in this very heavy box? Now, it's so big that I can't get it all in the camera in portrait mode, as you saw in the introduction. A strange invitation from cousin Bilbo mentioning that he is in need of help. Most odd, but then again, a great many things about that particular hobbit have been odd ever since the business with the dragon. Nothing wrong with taking a stroll and helping out old Bilbo, I suppose. After all, there aren't any dangers to worry about here in the Shire. Or rather, the One Ring starter set contains all you need to take your first steps into Middle-earth and experience adventures of the hobbits get up to. With streamlined rules and ready-to-go characters, it's quick, easy, sit down and play the game. The One Ring is set between the time of Bilbo went on his great journey and the events in Lord of the Rings, allowing you to explore the Shire by taking on the roles of some hobbits whose children will go on to do extraordinary things, such as Drogo Baggins, Rory Branderbuck and Esmeralda Tuck. This book set includes a 24-page volume of condensed rules, a 52-page compendium covering the four farthings of the Shire, all the way from Greenholm in the west to Buckland and the Old Forest in the east. A 32-page volume containing 5 exciting adventures to play, 8 double-sided pre-generated character sheets, a huge full-colour double-sided map showing the Shire and Eridor, 30 war gear cards for weapons and armour, 6 double-sided journey, roll and combat stance cards, 12 2d12 feat dice and 6d6 success dice. I had trouble getting my mouth around that then. Okay, so I'm just going to pause the camera for a second and take the cellophane off, and we'll look right into it. Be right back. Okay, right, so this is the moment that I really love. I love doing this. It's been one of my favourite hobbies in the gaming industry for a long time. Actually opening a game for the first time, and it's especially a box game, and there's always something that's satisfying, gratifying about it. Okay, so we've taken the lid off. We'll put that to one side for a moment, and let's see what we get. Okay, so we have our cards, which we'll have a quick look at, and then we'll get into the meat of things. Right, so cards are double-sided, and they have on them Scout, Guide, Hunter, Lookout, Open, Rearward, Defence and Forward, and they're all the same cards, I think. In charge of keeping watch, yeah, they're all the same. I'm not exactly sure what they're for. I will have to look in the rules to see what they're for. Then we have our dice, which is 66 and 2d12, and as you see, they've got little runes on the 6 and on the 12 and the 1. You have on the 1 you have an Elvish rune, and on the 12 you have the Eye of Sauron, or it could be the other way around. We have our cards for our armour and equipment, which we give to our characters, and you can of course give them to your NPCs. I will just actually get into that with my scalpel. There we go. So So this just gives us our basic cards. So dagger, cudgel, short sword, sword, long sword, spear, short spear, great spear, axe, and then we've got stuff like bows, leather shirts, leather corselet, mail shirt, coat of mail, helm, buckler, shield, great shield, and on the back of them they have the actual details of each of the weapons and equipment. So like a sword does 4 damage, injury 16, load of 2, combat proficiency with swords, special damage, heavy blow, fend and pierce. Fend off and pierce. Alright, we have our silica gel bag, which obviously we want to make sure we dispose of that properly and don't leave it where children or pets can get at it, because it's quite dangerous. Games catalogue from Free League Publishing. This one's slightly out of date now because it only goes up to Coriolis and Marc Borg and Vassen. It doesn't actually include oh, actually it is quite a modern one because it's got Twilight 2000. I didn't see that. Yeah, it's got Twilight 2000 in it, so it's the more up-to-date one. But it doesn't have the One Ring. So that's a games catalogue of some of the stuff that you get from Free League. Then we have our map, which I will take pictures of because it's too big to actually show you the full map. But this is a map of the Shire, and there, if you get the PDF version of this game, you also get the map of the Shire and another silica gel pack. You also get the full map. So that's one side of the Shire, and we turn over, and this is a larger version and more going further out of the Shire, and there we go. So this is Eridor, and where different areas are. So the Shire's in the middle here, and this is where the first part of the Lord of the Rings takes place, and of course the Hobbit, and then going up to like Mythland, where we start encountering the dwarves and the Hall of the Dwarves and things. Okay, I'll try and fold that back up again so I can get it away. Then we have 6 character sheets that are pre-generated, which I need to get out like this. We have Drogo Baggins, who is the, I think he's a cousin of Bilbo Baggins, or he might be Bilbo's brother, I can't remember, but I think he's Frodo's dad, without reading it, because these characters are all hobbits. And his character sheet's double-sided. He's 50, he's about 50 years old at the time of the adventures. He's quite a popular hobbit, if a little overweight. One day he will marry his lovely Primula, and the two will have a son, Frodo. So it's Frodo's dad. Okay. And then we have Esmeralda Tuck. Esmeralda is a great-granddaughter of Gerontius, the old Tuck, and she's still in her teens. She is about 5 years old when Bilbo left Bag End to go and claim the gold of Smaug the Dragon. She will marry Sadrock Bandybuck and one day become the mother of Meridric Bandybuck. So she's Merry's mum. Then we have Labella Bracegirdle. Labella Bracegirdle is the daughter of Blanco Bracegirdle and Penrose Boffin. Labella has yet to marry Otho Sackville Baggins. She is about 40 years old and has already seen an ambition to enter into Bag End as rightful Bag End as the rightful owner and disappear once Bilbo returned from his adventures against all odds. We have Paladin Tuck the second. Underage brother to Esmeralda and future Thane. For the moment, his only claim to fame is the eldest son of Algaron Tuck and the newest farmer from Waitler. One day he will have a son and he will name him Peregrine, as in Perry. So Pippin and Perry. And then we've got Primula Bandybuck, a cousin of Bilbo Baggins on her mother's side. Primula is the youngest daughter of Gorberic Bandybuck and the Master of Buckland. Soon she will marry Drogo and they will have a son, and his name will be Frodo. So it's Frodo's manor. And then Romeric Brandybuck. Brother to Primula, Romek will inherit the role of Master of Buckland. For the moment, he's a stout hobbit, suspicious of anything uncanny, and always ready to defend his sister. And then finally, we have the other characters. We have Balin, son of Fundin. Balin is a hardened traveller who has fought in many battles and has never lost his appetite for adventure. He accompanied Bilbo and Thorin in their quest for Erebor and developed a strong attachment to the old hobbit burglar. And finally, we have Bilbo Baggins himself. So, I'm getting goosebumps actually looking at this. One of the most famous literature characters of all time, Bilbo Baggins, a friend of birds and guest of eagles. Bilbo Baggins is a ring winner and luck wearer and even a barrel rider. He is at the same time the greatest hobbit adventurer of all time and most peace-loving one, but behind his joyous manners hides a terrible secret. So Bilbo, always been one of my favourite literary characters. I loved The Hobbit as a kid, and as I said in my video before, I've read the stories of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings to my children because I loved them very much when I was a child. Okay, so our next things in the box, it's quite hard to get into. I'll just take them out. Okay, so we get another map of the Shire, which is actually in the box itself, which is a really, really cool idea. I don't know if it's actually, yes, it's actually part of the box. That's brilliant. That's such a neat touch. Okay, so we get the adventures, the rules, and the Shire. So we'll look at the adventures. No, we'll look at the rules first. And they're all different colours, so we can differentiate them at a glance. Now, as I said in my video review of the One Ring core rulebook, the game is run by a lawmaster who tells you the stories and sets up all the scenes and stuff, and you all play as the players. You're the characters. So here we have a letter from Balin, and this is a letter from Bilbo Baggins, Esquire of Bag End. A letter to Balin, sorry, not from Balin. Example of play and structure of the game, how the game works, how to read your feat dice and how to read a d6, which is quite obvious, but some people are brand new to role-playing, they've never role-played before. The characteristics and how the characteristics work, so you've only got 3 attributes in the game. You have got strength, heart and wits, and everything else is devised from them, and then your skills are attached to your attributes. Your various skills, combat proficiencies, so if you're proficient with an axe, a sword, a bow, a sling, or what have you, endurance and hope, and valour and wisdom. These are the virtues and wisdom and valours. The virtues are what make each race specific, and they come on the sheets. Now, because all your characters are hobbits, with the exception of one of them, you will all have more or less the same virtue. And then adventuring, and we're almost at the end because it's only a brief introduction, and then how combat works. It's 24 pages. That's a condensed version of the rules. Now, the rule book itself is 240 pages almost. Then we have the adventures, and this is I'm just going to glance over this because this is just basically a set of adventures for the game itself. So we have a series of these. Just quite a look at some of the artwork, and I'm not going to dwell too much on that because I don't want to give anything away, but most excellent fireworks. Okay, an involuntary postman. Right, that sounds quite interesting. And then one of the things that people tend to love very much about Lord of the Rings is the Shire itself. It's quite a fun place to live until all hell breaks loose, and this details the history of the Shire. So regarding the Shire, tales of the Shire, the art of smoking, blowing smoke rings, Hobbitry and Arms, Families and Culture. Family names are very, very important to hobbits. Hobbits really love their family connections, and they're very fierce with them. As fierce as a dragon in a pinch. And then the geography of the Shire, another map of the Shire itself, and then the West Farthing, and then should have Overdell and Needle House, yeah. Little Delving, Michael Delving, Tuck Bank, Tuck Borough, Waymeet, and then what looks like wraiths. I'm not sure. They could be the riders, not the riders of Rohan. I can't remember the name of the Ghost Riders. And a Hobbit. Then South Farthing. So we've got little bits of rumours of what are going on, gossip in each of them. North Farthing, East Farthing. All of them have their own unique aspects of what they're doing within the story, and you can generate an entire campaign, an adventure just set in the Shire without ever leaving the Shire. Now bear in mind this is set 50 years before the events of the first book, the Fellowship of the Ring. So it's set about 20 years after The Hobbit and about 50 years before Lord of the Rings, as far as I'm aware. And then there we go. Okay, so all in all, really nice looking box. Little hard to get into, but that is mainly down to the fact that everything's so packed inside it. A great map, double-sided. Got your character sheets with, of course, Bilbo, and then I need to read through and find out what these exactly do. But they do look like they're going to be like the player aids that you get with the Aliens starter set, and you also get them with the starter set for Twilight 2000. So the presentation's amazing, as one would expect from one of the best role-playing companies in the world, one of the best games companies in the world. They don't spurt any odds. And then, just as I think I've seen it all, lid. There's a handy chart at the top of the lid which gives you all your successes and degrees and dice modifiers and stuff, so you don't have to use the Games Master screen if you don't have one. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. I didn't even know that was there until I picked the box up. So that is my look through the One Ring starter set from Free League Publishing. My many thanks go to Bole from Free League for the review sample. Now, this game is released officially on March 22nd, 2022, which is quite a while from now. As I record this, it's February 21st, so just over a month away. It's available still on pre-order from Free League Publishing. I will leave links in the description below of where you can purchase it. You can get this set already in PDF format from drivethrough.com, which I'll also leave a link to. And thumbs up. Really impressed with that. I think that this is one of the best role-playing products that Free League have done. And I'm really impressed with it, and I can't wait to actually play it. As I said in my previous reviews for the One Ring stuff, I'm not really a big fantasy player, but this has actually spurred me on to actually reread Lord of the Rings and most likely play the game again. So all it remains for me to say now is thank you very much for tuning in and sticking with me. No matter where you're in the world, please stay safe, look after yourself, and have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Marc. Goodbye.